Hi, I'm Max.
Hi, and I'm Denise.
And welcome back to another edition of Urban Lifestyles. As you can see, we are in a different place today because we're out here for the Chums Day Party, and there's a lot of activity going on, and it's a day party. So what do you think about day
I
parties?
love day parties. It seems as if a seasoned age folk are catching up with the young people because the young people have been doing day parties.
Yeah.
Which I think is great.
Right, and day parties this one actually started around 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and it'll go on till about 6:30 p.m. So gives you a chance to enjoy your Sunday afternoon and still have time to be rest and ready for Monday morning. We've got a great show today. Some of the things we're going to be talking about. 50 years celebrating when the guys from Central High School were the first African-American team to win the high school basketball championship. Also, we'll be talking about the Chums Day Party and also a segment with LG&E Energy Matters. We'll take a quick break and back with more right after this.
Hashtag YBPRC. If we can get no justice, there can be no peace. We royal, blood of Mansa Musa flows inside of me until we arms lock united, MLK down the street. We rose from Bloody Sunday cause the fight would not decease. And now we fight inequity for fingers, too. Peace.
Join the conversation. Visit pridepeaceprevention.org.
I'm Ferdinand Risco, Interim Executive Director at TARC. On December 1st, 1955, the world changed forever when Rosa Parks refused to give up her seat.
Her one simple act helped start the civil rights movement.
Leaders from Black community organizations led boycotts that lasted for over a year.
During Black History Month, take a day and take the bus.
Take the bus.
Take the bus.
Couldn't ask for anything better. It's February. We're celebrating Black History Month,
Yes.
and we're also celebrating 50 years ago. The guys from Central High School were the first African-American team to win the college, the high school basketball championship. So, you know, that is a major achievement in itself. So we're going to get an opportunity to talk to some of those guys. So take a look at this piece. Well, every team has its star, every team has its legends, and I'm here with a living legend, Ron King. You were the leader of that 69 team and also the MVP, so congratulations on all accounts. So what does it look like 50 years later?
It looks like I'm old. But, you know, it's amazing. We got 5 guys that play with us that's not here anymore, and we got their family, wives, sisters, brothers, daughters, or somebody that's coming. I hadn't seen them in a while, so it's a blessing to get everybody here. They're not here yet, but I just can't wait to bring back so many memories, especially in that little gym in there. Man, when we played, it was sold out. I mean, there wasn't a seat nowhere. You couldn't get in. I mean, for real. And when we played Mail Manual or Shawnee, we had to move to Louisville Gardens or Freedom Hall. But this gym, every time we played, was sold out. And I was trying to get that, you know, I've been on Facebook and found, you know, media and stuff, and trying to get people to come to honor our 50-year reunion and show them what it was like in the old days. And I hope it happens. I'm not sure yet.
You know, so when you look back 50 years ago when you were actually going through it, did you all have any idea of what you were doing, how it was going to, you know, be a part of history today?
Didn't have a clue. We knew we had a good team, though.
Okay.
And we had the best coach in the world, Bob Graves. And we just kept working hard. We lost the second and third game of the season to Shawnee. And after that, boy, Graves got in our butt and he made us run. He knew we had it. We won 29 straight. We won the championship. But what's so amazing about it, when we won the championship, I didn't know what it meant to the Louisville fans. I mean, to Central's fans, not Louisville, because we've been so close for so many years, but they cheated. We had great teams before mine. And it would be a close game, and they would, you know, referees would literally cheat.
Sure, take the game.
But when I played, they couldn't cheat because we beat the heck out of everybody. And then when we won it, man, it was like the whole city embraced us. You know, we had parades, and people, they shut the town down. I said, man, this is crazy. I mean, I didn't know exactly what it meant to, you know, centralize. And boy, it was something. I mean, me and my boys were talking about it the other day. It was something really to embrace, man. I mean, it was, you know, when Louisville won that national championship in 1980,
yes.
That's the way it was when we won the state championship.
And you know, that's a great memory to have. So when you're looking at the young kids today that are following behind you, playing here at Central today, do you have any conversation with those players? If so, what is some of the advice that you offer them?
Well, Coach Bibby had me come in and talk to the teams a few times, just to let them know. I try to instill in them what it meant to play for Central. They might not know, but it's an honor and a privilege, and you got to give you everything you got when you go out there. I said, you might not win, but when you lose, you got to leave and say, did I give it my all? And if you gave it your all, you did the best you could, then the other team was better than you.
Well, as you can see, these fellows are having a great time here with Tommy Starnes, who was the leading rebounder for the team 50 years ago.
That's right.
Looks like you still got some hops. You can get up there and snag a few rebounds.
1,000 games, 24 points, 18 rebounds, man. I feel like I got 18 now.
And one thing I heard tonight, that they're going to actually give you all some rings from the game, championship rings. How does that feel?
That's a blessing. That's a blessing. That's a real blessing. It took us 50 years to get it. But I'm saying thank God, and God is good all the time. And I'm here to represent.
When you look back 50 years ago, what was it like when you were counting down the seconds and you knew that the championship was going to be you all's?
It was ours from the beginning because they couldn't win. They couldn't win, man. I'm talking about it. That's just Central High School, man. I'm talking about, we got the best team. We had the best team. We got the best team now. I'm saying 35-1. I don't regret nothing, man. I just say it took so long to get it.
But the fact is, you got it, and you're still looking great.
That's right. I'm saying I just want my ring. I want my daddy's records.
We're here at Central High School, and I'm here with Senator Gerald Neal. We're here for a very special occasion. We're celebrating 50 years in basketball with Central High School, and that's when they won the championship in high school basketball 50 years ago, something that was really heard of for a African-American high school. So you're here today to, pay homage, give honor to these guys who were a part of that. So tell us a little bit about that.
Well, this is a celebration because you have to go back to really put it into context. Central High School, of course, came out of an era of segregation, and it was a premier team when its basketball team played, or its football team, but its basketball team was premier. The Central High School Yellow Jackets. So they were champions then. But then to come into the league, the Kentucky High School Athletic Association, that now let Central in other words, desegregation, Central still was a champion team. So, at least from the black community's perspective, Central excelling in this area in the new league, the expanded league, not only demonstrated its prowess, but it also indicated that no matter who they played, they were the best. And that 1969 team has reputed as being one of the best, if not the best, that ever played on the hardwood in high school basketball in Kentucky.
Well, I'm here with Councilwoman Barbara Sexton Smith, who is the councilwoman for this area. Of course, you're a part of the celebration recognizing 50 years of history with Central High School. What does it mean to be a part of this?
This is so exciting to be here at Central High School because I was only in the 6th grade at Camp Taylor Elementary School in 1969, but I was following every one of these basketball games because my older brother, Bob Sexton, was a player on the Thomas Jefferson High School basketball team, and these guys that ultimately won the state championship, they beat my brother's team to get out of the regionals, to get out of town on into the state. So as a councilwoman representing District 4 here in the heart where Central High School is, I cannot wait to hand deliver these proclamations where the entire Louisville Metro Council this evening is recognizing these gentlemen as living legends, making history and keeping history alive.
When you look back on what happened with them 50 years ago, of course, we were a time with racial segregation. So don't you think this even gives it even a more special meaning?
Yes, this evening recognizes not just basketball and not just state championship. This is a recognition and one more milestone in that incredible journey of civil rights in this country. And we must always stay aware and cognizant of that journey because it has been a long one and it always will be. So it is so exciting to see these guys and to hear their stories.
Some excellent stories.
Yes, they are. And what's really fun is to know that Central High School won the state championship again in 1974. So we have several guys here. I think 3 of the guys from that team are here, and we need to recognize and honor them because the tradition lives on.
So, having that interview with those guys, it was a education for me because I didn't grow up in Louisville, but just to see them talk and, Ron King and the rest of the guys, they look like they still have the same energy. And if they had the uniforms, they could put them on and go out and play again.
The energy from back then, can you just imagine, and how they were setting records and their agility and just their whole talent was phenomenal.
Right.
And here we are 50 years later, and it's like, wow.
Right, and one of the neat things about that, 50 years later, they're finally being honored and they're getting high school basketball championship rings. But it was just a great group of guys. The camaraderie is still there, and you can see, why they were able to be so successful because the love and, the respect that they had for each other.
And putting Central High School on the map.
You're right. We'll take a quick break and back with more right after this.
We are mothers,
fathers,
neighbors, and friends.
Working hard when the weather is good.
and even harder when it's not.
With online updates to keep you safe and informed during a storm.
Programs to save you energy and money.
And new projects to help us provide cleaner, more reliable energy.
We're more than an energy company.
We are LG&E.
We're LG&E.
We are LG&E.
Our energies go to serving.
Well, every month we do a segment with LG&E called Energy Matters, so take a look at this piece. Well, it's February, and we're here for another Energy Matters tip with LG&E. I'm here with Natasha Collins, and we are at the historic Ohio Falls generating plant, and we're celebrating something big that recently happened. So, first of all, welcome back to Urban Lifestyles, and tell us about what we're celebrating.
Yeah, great to be with you, and so happy to have everybody out here to our facility. Ohio Falls is definitely one of our gems that we have in our generating fleet. This plant is went in service in 1927, so it's been in service for nearly 100 years. And what we're celebrating is that we recently completed a renovation project here that began back in 2005. So with this work, then there's a lot to celebrate that we're going to talk about today.
So I'm sure this was a major undertaking, so I know we're going to bring in someone a little later who's going to give us some details, but from your perspective, what were some of the highlights?
Well, the main part about the renovation is that what this does for us it enhances the generation output of this facility by more than 20%. So this plant used to be capable of producing about 80 megawatts of electricity, and now it puts out just over, in peak conditions of course, with all 8 generating units running, it puts over just over 100 megawatts. So in addition to increasing output, this is extending the life of this really special facility. A lot of people, when they think about renewable energy, you might just think about solar or some of the things that we're talking about these days in the industry, but we've been in the renewable energy business here at LG&E for nearly 100 years now, and this plant is proof of that.
All right, and I know you brought someone with you who can talk a little bit further about that, and his name is Kerry, and he's going to talk to us about it, so if you can come and join us. Hi, welcome to Urban Lifestyles, and congratulations on the completion of this project, and tell me what it means to you.
Well, it's pretty exciting because we've taken these units that were just about worn out and we've completely restored them, and now we're not an 80 megawatt plant, now we're a 100 plus megawatt plant, and it's pretty exciting because now we have additional renewable power that we can provide for our customers, which also provides lower cost to our customers as well. We're utilizing the differential between the upper and lower pool. So when the conditions are right, say we have 30 feet between the upper and the lower pool, we can produce electricity and at a very low cost. So it's an amazing facility. All of the generators are identical. We deliberately rebuilt them all exactly the same. They're all wired exactly the same. So as we bring people in down the road to work on them, if you can work on one, you can work on all of them.
All right, so when you look at the facilities and the renovations that have gone on, what's the new life expectancy?
Believe it or not, about 100 years.
Okay, so I won't see that.
These things were over-engineered from the beginning, and we actually took that and made it better. A lot of things that were made out of cast iron are now stainless steel. We've actually taken the technology to the next level. We've taken a lot of parts that used to rotate, and now they're static electronic parts. So this facility will last a very, very long time.
So what does it mean in terms of integrating into the community, and what does it mean to the residents that's out there in general?
Well, for one thing, we can now provide power to up to 72,000 homes compared to about 50,000 homes with the old facility, and it's clean energy. So that's a great thing.
So, any other little tidbits, any little known facts that you would like to share with us?
Well, we give a lot of tours, I'll tell you that. We have a lot of colleges come down. We love to share what we know down here. We have a lot of grade schools, high schools, middle schools come down. We love to share the information about how the generators work. Well, hopefully they take that back with them, and hopefully they'll be our future engineers down the road.
So, Natasha, I'm sure everybody at LG&E is excited. The project is complete. So where do we go from here?
Well, as you mentioned, we are excited, and again, this is a jewel in all of the facilities that we do operate. I mean, this is a plant that, again, it's been in service for nearly 100 years, and as Carrie mentioned, we expect many more decades to come here at Ohio Falls. I think the work that was done here is just proof of the work that we're always trying to do so that we can enhance service for our customers and continue to provide that safe, reliable service that we know they depend on us for.
And another thing I think is very unique is that it's something that's open for, you can bring kids out to see this, because as a kid I would have loved to have come to a field trip and experience something like this.
It's got a really unique atmosphere. I mean, if you've ever been out to Ohio Falls and you've really had a chance to get a tour with Carrie and his team here and just see the surroundings here on the river, it's a really special facility. One of the things that he didn't even mention is that, you know, it's got a lot of natural wildlife that's right around it. We're at the Falls of the Ohio here, so a lot of natural wildlife that the plant helps to sustain, and it's just a really special place. So we're excited to make these renovations and to have this facility with us for decades and decades to come.
And you know, as always, it's great catching up with Natasha. She always brings us some great information about things that are happening, and it just shows you how engaged LG&E is in this community.
Every bit of information that Natasha and LG&E brings, I'm telling you, it is so essential. It has so much value.
Right,
That's what I want to say. It does.
Right. And you know, regardless of where you are, LG&E is always going to be a part of your life, because you know it's one of those valuable utilities that we really need, and it's really great that they are so invested in the community and the way they give back in so many different ways. We'll take a quick break and back with more right after this.
Kentuckiana's #1 station for R&B. Magic 101.3. Me that green light. With your permission. We're live, local, and Louisville. Magic 101.3, the home of Steve Harvey and Morning Show.
We are mothers,
Fathers,
neighbors, and friends.
Working hard when the weather is good.
and even harder when it's not.
With online updates to keep you safe and informed during the storm.
Programs to save you energy and money.
And new projects to help us provide cleaner, more reliable energy.
We are more than an energy company.
We are LG&E.
We're LG&E.
We are LG&E.
Our energies go to serving.
I'm Ferdinand Risco, Interim Executive Director at TARC. On December 1st, 1955, the world changed forever when Rosa Parks refused to give up her seat.
Her one simple act helped start the civil rights movement.
Leaders from Black community organizations led boycotts that lasted for over a year.
During Black History Month, take a day and take the bus.
The bus.
Take the bus.
Take the bus.
Well, you know, we are out here, as we said earlier at the top of the show, we're out here for a day party with the chums. And you are actually dressed and commemorating what they're talking about today in their red and black.
Yeah, Heart for the Community.
Heart
you know,
for the
you would
community.
think of, the Heart for the Community, the civic work that they do, as well as February Black History Month and Women's Health Month with heart cardiovascular. So it all rolls in wearing red.
All right. So you did an interview with Betty Baye, so we're going to take a look.
This is a momentous occasion. I'm here at a day party, but it's for a very good cause and from a group that you may not know about, a national civic social women's organization. And I want to introduce you to Miss Betty Baye. Betty, welcome once again.
Thank you, Denise. Thank you, and thank you for coming to help Chums celebrate our 30th anniversary of the Louisville chapter.
I know of all these prestigious women's African American national organizations, a lot of people don't know about the Chums. So share about Okay, so let's share about the history about Chums, and then with the Louisville chapter.
Right. Chums started in 1946 in Chesapeake, Virginia, and it was 3 girlfriends, and it was just after World War II, and their husbands were in the military, and they were looking for things to do, so they started hanging out together. And Chums is not an acronym. It means friends. It's just Chums. It doesn't stand for anything. It means girlfriends. And basically, like many of the African American organizations, we started in the time of segregation. And so Chums had their own party. They raised money for the community. We have 40 chapters now around the country.
How long has Louisville been a part of it?
This is 30 years. 1989, we were chartered by Marie Lewis, who moved away. There were 22 original members, and I am the last of the originals. And so, in 1989, we were chartered into Chums. We have hosted a national convention here back in the 90s.
Yeah. So I know that you all are social, but you do a lot of good civic work as well. Touch on some of the civic.
Our annual scholarship fundraiser, and we do our fundraising a little bit different. We don't just give scholarships to kids and then we don't see them. We actually mentor one-on-one all year round. And we have a young lady we've been working with about 2 or 3 years. She's getting ready to graduate from Presentation High School. And so, for example, she's got a school trip to Africa. So we have given her $1,000 toward her travel. We're going to have a chest for her when she's going off to college. So we do hands-on. We're not a big club. We have 11 members. And so we do what we can, but this is our major fundraiser. And so our, like I said, our scholarship is hands-on. It's not just money for college, and we never see them again.
I know that there's work, but then there has to be some enjoyment. What do you like most that you get out of being a part of the Chums?
Well, part of it, the Chums things. So we do outings. We do girlfriend retreats. We go away for the weekend. Sometimes we'll go to the movies together. We go to dinner together. So we do things, social things as well. But our main thing is social and scholarships. We support the Ronald McDonald House. Every month we chip in and we take toiletries and other things that they need at the Ronald McDonald House. The other thing is that usually with our honoree, if we, like our honorees from Wheatley Elementary School this year, Nairi Taylor, who is in the tradition of our late chum, May Kennerly, who was the principal of King Elementary School. So she's going to receive our Excellence Award, Excellence in Education Award. So we also do at the school. So we will work with families from the schools that we support, and we will do angel tree things. We bought, last year we bought like 30 shirts for some of the elementary school children who needed like uniform shirts. So we did that. So when we raise our money, we do a lot of different stuff. So we do Thanksgiving baskets for needy families and stuff like that.
So y'all have a lot of really good, fulfilling initiatives that you do. So I just want a little bit, because I know you're busy, have to run off. Just tell us a little bit about this event, because I think you do hold it annually, yes, and so people know what this consists of. I know there's some good entertainment.
Right. Well, we started the Hearts for the Community luncheon. We called it Hearts for the Community because that's the money we wanted to raise. We started out the Brown and Williamson Club when we had a lot more members, and we've been out at Wildwood about 3 years. But we do this event, every year to try to. First of all, it makes us cohesive as a club. It gives us some activity to do, and also to let the community get the word out about us. And that's why we're so grateful to you and Max for coming and giving us attention, because we're not as well known as some of the other clubs. And there's something to be said for being small. I don't know about being big, too many personalities and stuff. So, but I'm very proud to be the last of the original members. So 30 years I've been a chum. And we will have our national convention in Oklahoma City this year. We were in Las Vegas last year. We have 40 chapters.
Wow. Mm-hmm. Well, as you can see, This is a party with a purpose.
Yes.
I did not know. I know of some of the members of the Chums, but I just really didn't know how to peel back some layers to find out exactly their purpose, what they do, and I was just blown away. A lot of civic work that they do, reaching out.
Right.
But their attendance, as Betty said, might be small, but they are mighty. And this is, I want to take my hats off because there are a lot of phenomenal national Black women's organizations here that we just don't know about.
Right.
So this is one other one that we could say, yes, who's doing something in the community that we could be proud of.
That's right.
Good entertainment today, good food, good people here, and if you hear about Chums next year, I'm telling you, you don't want to miss it.
And right, and day party, as you get older, day parties become the night party because getting out at 3, home over at 6:30, home 7:30, ready for your next day. So it's a great fit.
Oh, you speak for yourself.
And speaking of people that we were talking about earlier that give back to the community, another segment that we always feature is our partnership with the Louisville Water Company, and this is Louisville Water Company Heroes. Take a look at this.
My role here is a meter specialist, is to go out to neighborhood houses and read meters for the water company in order to prepare for the bill, the usage that they use per month. What I like most about my position is reading the commercial meters, the big meters, the hospitals, UPS, Ford, etc., and the mass meters, which we push water from counties. Oh, I love working for the Louisville Water Company. It's a great job. It's out in the field, which I love being out in the field. Great benefits, good pay. It's a real good job. My typical day is to come into Almond Avenue here and get my processor and go to my Jeep, get ice and water, get ready for the day, head out to my route, and start reading those residential meters. Well, we have to qualify for this job. You have to go out and read a certain amount per day for a week or so to qualify to read these meters. Some days you can read from maybe 300 to 700 meters a day. Well, the most enjoyable part of the day is when you get to that last meter that you're reading for the day to say that your route is complete or time for lunch, so because it's a long day some days here. The water company tends to take care of their employees better than others that I feel. We have our tools and our daily routes that we go to, and they tend to care about safety a lot more here at the water company. One of the things that I think that makes Louisville Water so great is their ability to produce such great quality water and get it to the customer. I'd say pure tap water is the best in America.
Well, the day party's in full effect. Everybody's having a good time. The buffet line is always crowded. I don't care where you are.
It's great food.
It is great food. As we like to say, comfort food.
Yes.
Right. Well, you know what? I think that's our show.
Oh, and that's our time.
And we'll see you back here next time on Urban Lifestyles.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
I'm Ferdinand Risco, Interim Executive Director at TARC. On December 1st, 1955, the world changed forever when Rosa Parks refused to give up her seat.
Her one simple act helped start the civil rights movement.
Leaders from Black community organizations led boycotts that lasted for over a year.
During Black History Month, take a day and take the bus.
The bus.
Take the bus.
Take the bus.